A lot of players deem this season one of the worst seasons. Some people say it's the worst of this chapter, while others say it's the worst since chapter 3. Today we're going to be going over why I think this season was not as great as the others. And to do this, we have to go back to before the season even launched. There was a 19-hour delay time before the season even launched. People took off work and school to play the new season while it released at 11 p.m. EST that day. And that actually happened to be the longest downtime that we've ever seen. And apparently recently they did some sort of downtime practice so that this doesn't happen again. The season release had a lot of potential. There was wings, Greek mythology, and the lightning bolt. As players started to play, they noticed that the lightning bolt was way too overpowered. You could shoot it through the builds, and there was really no counter, especially with the skulls. So Fortnite had to nerf the lightning, and it didn't really become useful. I made that snipe. So the lightning was fixed, season went on pretty good. Started off great, and that's when Midas returned. So did his drum gun. There's a new Midas boss on the map, and with the drum gun changed, it actually started with a purple rarity. It was later turned into a gold Midas drum gun. It was exciting for the players to see, as this was another thing that they took off work and school for. But he didn't stay for long, and he had to leave, as he was on the pre-game lobby for a little bit and actually gave you a big pot for some reason. You couldn't keep it. So with the season looking great, it was time for Fortnite to make a big step forward and continue the season with nothing. There was just a blank period for a long time. As soon as players started to get bored, the Avatar update came into the game. It introduced a Avatar Battle Pass, as well as 4 new mythics and many skins that you could buy from the item shop. To me personally, it was a little dry. While there was the 4 elements and they were fun for a little, skins missed out that players wanted, and there being really nothing else having to do with it was swept off by the community very, very quickly. And that kind of led into the second half, which was very, very dry. The only thing left to give players as they focused on the festival pass and the new festival season. Again, no one plays Fortnite Festival. No one really cared. They just cared that Billie Eilish got an icon skin, which brings us to the final big update of the season, the Star Wars update. And I think this update was really, really dry as well. The only things that were returning was the E11 blasters that we already saw and the Darth Vader boss. Once again, something we already saw in chapter 3. The only new thing in the Star Wars update was the Wookiee bowcaster. And while that was cool to see and players used it for a while, no one really uses it anymore, as it's not the best weapon to carry. It was overpowered for a little bit, but then they found a counter, which was literally just building another wall. And that brings us to now. There was nothing. Before I die here once again, I'm going to mention one thing that will change Fortnite forever. The big bush bomb was added. This was revolutionary. There was 74 news articles in the first 24 hours that the item came back. Wow, that did not go in my favor. Behind the car. I think he was behind the car. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.